Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and it is day 2 of our Black Friday release, and I have a card to share. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's brand new Gnome Dies 2, along with their Gnome Dies Hair Add Ons, their large Lollipop die, their Girl Gnome dies, their Gnome dies, their Gnome Dies Christmas Add Ons 2, their Sweet Christmas Wishes stamp set, the Sprinkle stencil, along with the Sweet Christmas Wishes outline dies. And then I'm using Doodlebug's Gingerbread Kisses 6-inch pad, the puffy icon stickers that match, and the odds and ends. There we go. And I did put this together on the assembly videos, so check those out. And I put those together on the release days of those 2 items. I'm also using P13 stamping pad skin tones. So I'm going to quickly put together a card using these assembled items that I have. So this is a piece of paper tray ink white cardstock cut at 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches with my Martha Stewart scoreboard on my Teflon bone folder. Working on my Stampin' Up! Pad as per usual. All my die cutting was done with my Anna Griffin mini Empress machine. So I'm just scoring that, and now I'm pulling out Distress Oxide ink in Evergreen Bow. And I'm going to ink blend just lightly in the center of this card base. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to ink a stencil over it anyway. So I'm just sort of, applying the ink, and now I'm pulling out my sprinkle stencil, and then I'm going to, ink blend over this more heavy-handedly so you look like you've got some sprinkles in your background. There you go. So easy stuff. I'm just going to make sure that that's flat. And I'm going to add my 2 little gnomes to my card front. Now, everything that I used for these gnomes, like everything on the card, will be listed on my blog. But if you want to watch me put those together, you can watch the assembly videos. And I do list what I use on those as well. So I'm using Barely Art glue and a ATG tape to stick it down. And my reverse tweezers. And I'm going to position her with her long braids, kind of tilted, head tilted to the left on the upper part of the card. There we go. You'll see that I took 1 foot off because it's going to be, this little boy gnome is going to be layered over top. So I didn't want that little foot to get in the way. And I'm going to do the same thing, use ATG tape and a little bit of glue to stick this guy down. I love this guy's adorable curly beard. I just think it's so cute, and the mustache is super sweet, along with those super long braids on the girl. Gotta love that. So there we go. Aren't they cute? And now I'm going to add, that's that large Lollipop die. And that was put together with paper tray ink white cardstock, vellum, paper tray ink pure poppy, and paper tray ink scarlet jewel cardstock. There we go. And I'm just going to stick that down using glue and some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So glue on the stick part, but Stampin' Up! Dimensionals on the candy part. There we go. And I'll have that popped up. Isn't that sweet? And I'm just going to pop a little hand on there. That's that P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones using the mini dimensionals from Stampin' Up! Now next I'm going to add this little candy. That is from the Gnome Dies Christmas Add Ons 2. And I use the exact same thing, paper tray ink, cardstock in white, pure poppy, and then vellum. And I used a secure white Jelly Roll pen also in a number 10 just to add some little highlights there. There we go. So isn't that cute? So now on the inside, I'm going to add a 1-inch strip of paper from that Gingerbread Kisses 6-inch pad, along with one of those pieces of ephemera from the odds and ends pack that matches. So I'm just going to add that with my ATG tape. It's got all sorts of candy on the inside, like on the paper, which is fun. And I'll trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors. There we go. And then I'm going to add this super cute little die cut image with some Barely Art glue to the lower right-hand side, just for fun. I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors as well. There we go. And lastly, I'm going to add a few little highlights with my secure white Jelly Roll pen in a number 10. It's kind of my go-to white, white pen. I like the nice bold highlights you can do. And I'm not following any kind of, light source. I'm just slapping it on there just for, some cute little highlights. There we go. So kind of fun, right? Now I'm taking a piece of paper tray ink white cardstock, just a scrap, and I'm going to add that to the inside of my MISTI. You'll see that I do have a waffle flower grip mat on the inside. I've been enjoying that. So I'm adding 2 sentiments from the stamp set Sweet Christmas Wishes. And I'm going to stamp that in VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. I find that it is certainly nice to stamp in a MISTI because you can stamp it a few times and get perfectly crisp images. Remember, you don't want to press too hard. You're better off stamping it multiple times, pressing lightly, because then you're not going to flatten your lines and make things, make the lines look fatter than they are. So now I'm pulling out the matching Sweet Christmas Wishes outline dies. These are so handy. There you go. And I will add my outlines to my sentiments using some Easy C tape. And I'll run it through my die cutting machine, which is kind of fun. Also, I kind of like these outline dies because what you can do is you can stamp on your card base, and if you make a boo-boo, you can re-stamp it and then pop your sentiment up, and no one will ever know that you have a boo-boo under there. So it's kind of handy to have these sentiment outline dies. So I'm adding some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to the back of my sentiment, and I'll have that on the front of the card. And I just think it looks super cute. I'll have that in the upper right-hand corner. And I will overlap the, the boy's hat a little bit. Doesn't bother me. Isn't that cute? It's just the cutest little thing. There we go. And on the inside, I'm going to add the sentiment Sweet Christmas Wishes. And then I'm just going to glue that. Well, actually, I use my ATG tape, but I'm just going to stick it down flat, obviously, because it's on the inside. Can't really have dimensionals on the inside. And there you have that. So now I'm pulling out the puffy icon stickers that match the Gingerbread Kisses 6-inch pad. And I'm going to be using the little hearts. So I'm going to add a few of these little hearts to my little layout there. I'm using a pen blade to pick them up. And just to get them off of my acetate sheet. Super cute. And I'll make sure I have an odd number, straddling the image and the sentiment. Visual triangles, all that jazz. There we are. And isn't that cute? I think it's turned out super cute. Now, on the inside, I'm going to add 3 more little pieces of ephemera from that matching Gingerbread Kisses odds and ends pad. 3 little hearts, just for fun. So I'll use my Barely Art glue, and then I will pick up those hearts with my Studio Catty embellishment wand. There we go. It just helps me keep things in control a little bit better. And there you go. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team. The Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on the release. And, get shopping, everybody. You want your golden tickets. You might be able to win that December 2023 release, which is amazing. Thanks, everybody. Bye.